All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
On the ready.
Watch Mike. Let's go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Five.
Throwing on first down. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. He's got Cruz complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half and some of these shorter gains. Turn into bigger runs later.
Come on, man. Let's go.
On the play. And the Giants first down.
Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got his man Cruz. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 53 flat.
Here's Jones. Going to throw again. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 32-yard line.
Here we go. 8 read.
I'm here all day.
Leo. Hey, lock it. Hit it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. Going deep here for Edelman. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss play, it's Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Okay, ready?
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Strong right.
5.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll look to throw here. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards that time.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
On the double. Greystone, Travis.
Check the out. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch that. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Deep rip.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike 54. I'm here all day. Hey, watch
Get it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, 152, 152. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Snap.
Now Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Weapon.
He's coming. We got double up. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hey, Charlie.
Nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch QB.
Hey, Sam off. You're out.
Check.
Hard.
Check.
Now. Fight.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyler Fackrell drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 82 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. His first career touchdown pass, and you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. 83 yards, and the Patriots have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and the pressure gets to him again. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Let's go.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Bird on the return. At 13 yards. And the Patriots take over.
1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 2nd and 6. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down. They'll set up a throw. can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go, go.
He's checking crack. 55's Mike, guys, 55. Better bring it.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Nyheim Hines in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
We got this. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Get it.
They run again with Hines. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Shift. Watch the shift. Back, back, back.
Shoot.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, this Pats-Giants bout is part of the NFL 100 series. These two teams have met in a pair of Super Bowls, Super Bowl 42 and 46. Eli and the Giants winning both over Tom Brady and company. Now, the first of those two wins, of course, prevented the Pats from becoming the second undefeated team in NFL history. That was the famous or infamous, depending who you were cheering for, helmet catch by David Tyree. And now they meet in Week 6 of the 2019 campaign. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Hey, high 7. Rock it.
Shift.
Go on.
Hey, check 24.
Hey, orbit. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Let's go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock it. Look, squeeze.
Check three.
Hey, Sam off. Fight.
2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check. Cross. Five.
Looking to throw. Jones. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Get in.
First down, New York. Check 53. Come on. Here we go. Kill.
You're out.
Hey, turn it up.
Let's go.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Bird to return. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey. Ready.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Go! 30 base.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
There he goes, left side, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Nyheim Hines with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. It's complete to Cruz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Back to throw. Jones. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Big stop.
2nd and 11. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 10-yard line.
Ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
61, Matchbox White. Snap.
Again, it's Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Ready. 18 Gators.
Who that? He's checking.
Look at me. Score.
Jim. Sponge.
Hey, Alpha. Spike.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
Everyone, Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting!
I got it.
What's up?
Now a play fake. Wentz rolling to his left. And his first pass is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
50 seconds.
Wait.
50 seconds to Mike.
Man 5-7.
Trash. Let's go.
What's your touch?
To throw is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Wentz going to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting! We ain't giving up one flag. The great 57. Hey, Haywood! 52.
Let's put him on the buses.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
I'm going back to you.
Shorty.
Check 37. Undercross.
Force, Tokyo. Here's
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that's caught by Smith. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out.
Watch the slap, watch the slap. Watch the slap.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You. Check.
Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, this is... defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A 1st down carry for Henry. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Focus, defense, focus.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, watch it.
Bang, bang, bang.
Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. We're scoreless after 1.
20.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Rip on 7. Side, solid.
Shit. Check three.
Hey, orbit.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Goodwin able to haul it in. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Patriots.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Shit. Whip.
Working from the gun, Wentz steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Let's go.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throw caught here by Bird. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's 5-7.
5. 57. Come on.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the slant. Shit.
Flag.
Take four.
Lefty.
Shit.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. As his guys are in for 6. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 31.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
That's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. Yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
A first throw for the backup Griffin. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Pulled in at the 24. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, come on. Hey, other side, solid. Man 5-7. Hey, Echo. Great. Check 13.
From the 44, Wentz. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin. The open man is Smith. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. 36 yards, and the Ravens get a bit closer. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Now Griffin. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Henry. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Go. 280! Come on. Hey, Bush. 80 weapon. Trey 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
74. Hey, Charlie.
Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Griffin. Complete to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is RG3. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Griffin complete. Smith has it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 15-yard line.
18 on the play. And the Raven first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This is McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Griffin. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Griffin. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are able to cut into that lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Kill. Sunday. We got double up. Down the man inside, down the man.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Patriots send out their punter, standing right around the midfield stripe. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I got you. Check the hot read. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Rush in, rush in.
One last shot for RG3. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there.